Hey, if it's not Thursday, September 19th, after 3:50 p.m., this live stream may have ended. Now, if you make a comment on this live stream when it's not actually live, I won't see it. So, just FYI, I may or may not be notified about your comment. And even if I do see it, I might have no idea what you're referring to because the live already happened. But you're welcome to watch the live and enjoy what we did talk about. And do know that this live stream combines YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So you might be seeing me or hearing me answer comments that you can't actually see. Hey, Dan, what's happening? That was quick. Let's hope PJ's as quick as you are because caller 9 time is coming up. Per use, super busy. Hey, Red, what's happening? You guys always have time right now. Is it because you're like just getting home from work and kind of like unwinding? Am I your unwind work time? The yoga's paying off, or it's making me pay. I'm not sure which. Oh, right. I got to write down these times. Today might have to be a short one. Either that or I'm going to have to like work on the concert calendar. Hey, Jacob, while I'm talking to you guys. You like watching the stream afterwards? Do you? Where I'm always like, don't leave a comment. I don't know what the hell I won't know what you're talking about. Yeah, because it's funny because usually when I give that spiel, there's nobody on yet. So you only see the spiel after if you watch the stream afterwards. But sometimes I watch the streams afterwards because it turns out I miss stuff. Also because I'm trying to boost my YouTube monetization and numbers. So I'll let it run in the background. I'll just go to my own live stream and let it run for like an hour or two. You got out early because it was slow. Well, that's always nice, unless you need the hours. That was always the thing in the entertainment business, right? There'd be a fight at the end of a show night for who's going to do the last driver pickup. And the last driver pickup is always like a midnight or a 1 a.m. or a 2 a.m. or something like that. And it depends on who you're working with, who's going to want to do it, right? In the 20 years ago, we were all fighting over who was going to get the extra hours because it was guaranteed double time, right? But now I'm fucking old and tired and I'm like, I don't give a shit about your double time. But also there are other runners who've been doing the gig as long as I have and they're my age and all of us are like ready to go home early. So we're all just like fighting over who gets to leave first now instead of fighting over who gets to make the double time. Every once in a while I'll work with somebody who's like young, dumb, and full of cum, and I'll be like, oh, that last driver pickup, you're gonna want it, right? Because double time, bruh. And they're always like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. You'd let me do that? I'm like, I'd let you do that. I've been around a long time. I'm nice like that. I'm benevolent. I'm the benevolent OG runner who's gonna, let you have that last driver pickup so that you can make that OT. All the while in my head, I'm like, fuck, I'm tired. Oh my God, if I have to take one more step on concrete, my fucking hips are gonna break off. Now I see why old people break a hip so much. I don't know what's going on, but like I have like all this like stiffness and pain in my like hips and lower back. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hence the yoga, 8 a.m. yoga, which never seems to take place at 8 a.m. But I'm still calling it 8 a.m. yoga and I'm still trying to do it at 8 a.m. every day, whether or not it happens or not. It's almost 7 there. Oh, well, I'm happy to be your unwind time, Red. Was I'm like your best friend's cool older sister who will like let you sneak cigarettes out the bedroom window. The DSI cue to call is happening right now. What? Oh, there we go. I didn't have to come up with any content today because Metallica. Hey, Christina. Happy Friday Eve indeed. We are, you know what? Every time, and I think that the security guard either thinks I'm adorable or psychotic, but on Wednesday when I leave, it's always the same guy. And I'm always like, hey, we're halfway there, brother. And then on Thursday when I leave, I'm always like, what day is it? And now he knows. He goes, it's basically fucking Friday. And I go, yup, it is basically Friday, brother, because Thursday is over. And then on Fridays I walk in and I'm just like, home stretch. Red, I think when you have Lyme disease, it really never goes away, right? It's like MS, right? It's like it'll just kind of go into remission and then come back, right? Like it's like an autoimmune disease, like lupus or MS or anything like that, and it's kind of always there, and you just have to prevent flare-ups. There might be some dietary things you could do for that. Hey, Mike. Mike, did you win tickets? Is that what you were trying to tell me on Facebook earlier? Okay, I need to get that out of my ears. It's too loud. Oh, there we go. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 1. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 2. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 3. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 4. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 5. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 6. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 7. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 8. Hi, it's the Bone, your caller 9. Sorry, dude. So close. Hi, your caller 9. Sorry.
Oh, man, bud.
I know. Sorry. It was close. That close.
All right.
Take care, man.
Good.
Aw. Caller 9 seemed nice. Now I feel kind of bad. Sorry, caller 9. Anyhow. Hi, it's the Bone. Who's this? Hey, Eddie.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. How are you today?
I'm great.
Are you?
I've had a good day.
Well, your day just might get better if you want to go see Deicide at the DNA Lounge on Thursday.
I can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And Sean, have you won anything from the Bone in the last 30 days? Because that would disqualify you.
Not.
You what?
I have not.
What's your last name, Sean?
It's Sloniker, SLONECKER.
I think I see you in here. Let's see. The last thing you won was 5 months ago, John Fogerty. You are in the clear, Sean.
Nice.
Has your phone number or your email changed since then?
No, it has not.
Are you going to be the only guy at Deicide who also saw John Fogerty?
Probably.
I think that's awesome. All right, Sean, you know the drill, right? Keep an eye out for that email. When you get it, click the link inside to accept the tickets, and they will be delivered to you electronically.
All right. Thank you. So is that 2 tickets?
That's 2 tickets for Deicide at the DNA Lounge on Thursday, September 26th. That's next week.
That's a good birthday present. My birthday's the 23rd.
What? Happy birthday. See, you were meant to win them.
Yeah, that's right.
Right on, dude.
You just made my day. Thank you so much.
Yeah, come find me at the show. I'll buy you a drink.
I will.
All right, man. Cheers. And by saying I'll buy you a drink, I mean I'll talk somebody at the bar into buying me a drink that I'll hand off to you.
All right. I'm down.
Right on, Sean. Happy early birthday. I'll see you next week, dude.
Thanks so much. All right.
You got it. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice. Hey, Justine. Did I miss anybody? Fuck yeah. Oh, so Justine, check it out, right? So last night I painted my nails like a 4-year-old and I splashed it all over the place. And then I put some Aquaphor on them before I went to bed. And then I put some Aquaphor on them in the morning. And then I did the dishes and all of the little bits just came right off my cuticles. So then I should have, if I'd had time, put the top coat on before I left today, but I will have to do that when I get home tonight. And that is how you slap your nail polish on like a 4-year-old, but still have it look good. Because you just scrape it off the edges. Dun, dun, dun. I said I would buy him a drink. Also, I know the bartender, so I should be able to get at least one drink out of him for the guy. I mean, it's his fucking birthday, right? It is his birthday, isn't it? He's not lying, is he? Nope, 9/19/24. It's his birthday. I mean, no, not that's today. Wait, hold on. Where's his birthday at? Sean, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it doesn't let me go back in. But his birth date is in there. I could look it up if I wanted to, but I'm going to trust him. He seemed like he was pretty confident about it being his birthday. Oh, thanks, Christina. Yeah. And it was super easy. Hey, Mike. I just did I did the top coat. I did the base coat yesterday before I came in. And then I did the color coat last night. I'll do the top coat tonight. It'll last me about a week-ish. Hopefully. It depends. Natural nails, you know. Thanks. You guys like the navy? It's basically navy. Aww. You like free breakfast from Black Bear Diner on your birthday. You know, I thought Black Bear Diner was like one diner, but it turns out it's a total chain. But before I knew that, I ate at Black Bear Diner in Mount Shasta, and I really like that blackberry shake they do. That's pretty good. You know what, Mike? If I could be there for Bourbon and Beyond, I would, but they don't let me go to everything. But you know who you can find out there is, I think Rob Dietrich is out there, isn't he? The blackened whiskey distiller for Metallica's blackened whiskey. I'm pretty sure Rob told me he was going to that. Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, I would spend all of my days and nights just going from festival to festival, but then I would have to get paid somehow. So yeah, so the radio station pays my mortgage, and whenever I'm able to, I fly out to festivals and stuff. I mean, I do get hired to work at the Monsters of Rock cruise and at the Mountain Music Fest, but so far those are the only festivals hiring me. I'm available to work your festival. Holla. There's one in Chico and Walnut Creek. I think there's more than that, Dan. I think it's a much bigger chain. Let me see. Let's see what the Google says. Black Bear Diner restaurant chain. Woo! Let's see. Fremont, Walnut Creek, Danville, Hayward, Sunnyvale, Sonoma, San Rafael, and Napa all come up immediately. Let's see. Looks like the corporation is based out of Little Rock, Arkansas. So they are off my list of places I will eat because I'm sure I've told you guys I had a friend whose restaurant went under during the first recession. And all the corporate chain restaurants did just fine while she was like personally and professionally struggling. And I realized that there's just no reason for me to support a corporate restaurant chain. Their food is not better than a locally owned place. And most of the time their food's not better than like my kitchen. So, yeah, right. I know, Mike, get on that. Could you give me a gig? Hey, if you book me a gig, I'll give you 10%. That's the standard agent fee. Hey, Rodney. Hey, Kelly. It doesn't look like it's a West Coast chain. It looks like they've got them in like Waco, Texas, and all over the country now. Because I do make exceptions for small local restaurant companies, occasionally, but for the most part, I try to just eat family owned. Red, you get coupons from record labels? What does that mean? Did they start in Mount Shasta? If they started in Mount Shasta, Dan, why are their corporate headquarters in Little Rock, Arkansas? Hey.
Hi.
I'm on the live stream. Are you okay with that?
Oh, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. I just,
Okay.
as long as it's okay with you.
Oh, you checked out the thing. Yeah.
I did. Okay.
Okay.
So here, so the live endorsement is supposed to be here, but I think like what you said, it got put in this feature. So you want to make, so you're asking to make sure that lives don't get put in this feature avail.
I don't want lives to be in this spot break at all. I mean, the
Oh,
feature,
the
feature avail is fine, right? Because the feature avail is the
It's like a
former traffic sponsors.
right.
This was a full 60-second live read for prize picks. And those are difficult to fit in here.
Yeah, because she has there's a live endorsement here. So there is a avail.
Oh,
There is
okay.
an avail here.
So I need to tell Shasta that is there and ask her if she is cool with having it taken out, because I'm not sure.
Then that will
because
happen.
I don't know why it's there. Maybe it's there
It's
for
a
a reason.
sales
Maybe
thing.
it's something that we can't take
Yeah.
out.
So yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, to go to Shasta, and
Okay.
then Shasta will have to go to sales.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? It might be something we just can't do anything about, like the last thing I was asking for. Yeah.
But I'll leave this with you so you have.
Oh
something
yeah.
to look at.
You know what? I'll just write a note on it and I'll leave it in her office.
Okay.
Cool.
I wanted to
Thank
make
you
sure
for
that
looking
got
into that.
Of course.
I appreciate you.
No problem. I'll talk to you later.
Now get out of here. Go home. Our traffic people are awesome. And by traffic, I mean they place the commercials. Sorry, I'm getting emailed that I have to answer. I'm getting texted. All right. You got free Legos one year? That's cool. Right, Mike? I mean, she had like a French fusion restaurant and it was incredible food. I mean, she would still cook stuff for me afterwards, but there's stuff that, she just couldn't really recreate in a home kitchen because it's just it's not cost effective and it's too labor intensive to do for just a small dinner. But like for my birthday, she'd always make me sticky toffee pudding, and that was something that was in the restaurant in the fall. She did incredible steaks and just the pastas. Ugh, holy shit. And the desserts, like, and they weren't expensive. I mean, it was like a $26 steak and it was like a fucking ribeye, that steak would have been $120 in Vegas. Sorry, work text. Hi, it's Simone.
Hey, Nikki, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
The show tonight, is there an opening band?
What's that?
Is there an opening band tonight for ZZ Top Skinner?
Yeah, the Outlaws.
Okay, and then is ZZ Top headlining or Skinner?
I do not know.
I'm trying to see how late I can be.
I honestly have no idea. If I had to guess, I would say ZZ Top goes on first, but I think ZZ Top is the bigger band, but also they're the older band, so it's a co-headline. There's no way to know who's going on first without checking into it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Thanks so much, Nikki, for your info.
Yeah, and you know what? Don't be late because the Outlaws are a good band, and honestly, they don't have a lot left in them. They're getting old. Who knows if they'll be around again?
I want to be on time, but my boyfriend doesn't get off till 6.
Oh. Well,
so we got a jam from Livermore all the way there.
I gotcha. Okay, well, good luck.
Thanks, Nikki. Have a good night.
You too. Cheers. Oh, you know what you could do, actually? You could take BART, because if you're in Livermore, you could take BART, and then there's a shuttle from BART that'll take you to the venue, and then just have him drive as soon as he gets there. That way you could get there early and see the bands, and then he can just meet up with you at the show and then drive you home.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, I'll just send you your ticket.
Yeah, you can send his ticket electronically through the Ticketmaster app or the Live Nation app.
All right, good idea, Nikki.
I got you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Cheers. Bye. That commercial just happened, right? Right. Okay. All right. Free Legos. Would I please come to your restaurant, India Palace? It's locally owned. Why does that sound familiar? Where is India Palace, Rodney? I mean, you don't have to twist my arm to eat Indian food, but you would have to twist my arm if it was like in San Jose or something. India Palace sounds like a really common name. I see one in Alameda and I see one in Mill Valley. Are you in Alameda? Because I would totally come to an Indian restaurant in Alameda. They really started in Mount Shasta, Kelly, and then they just moved everything to Arkansas. That's kind of sus. I still wouldn't eat there because they moved their shit to fucking just the same reason I'm not buying a Tesla, because they moved their HQ to Texas. They got bought out. Yeah, well, once something gets bought out, I stop using it too. I used to love Blue Bottle coffee. Oh my God, Blue Bottle coffee was my favorite thing ever. And then they got bought out by, I think, Pepsi or something, or Coke, and or some beverage company. And I was like, nice knowing you. Yeah, you know what, Dan? It might have been a local business when I ate there, because it was definitely like, I mean, I was still married, so it was early aughts when I ate there in Mount Shasta. Um, and then my friend's restaurant went under in 2009, so that's when I really started kind of being conscious of where I just chose to eat out. And the funny thing is that my family had a harder time than I did with it, because that's how everybody gets together now. It's like, okay, well, let's get together and have brunch or dinner or whatever. And so I started saying, yeah, love to get together. Just please choose a place that's locally owned. And certain people in my family had a fondness for chain restaurants that I was wholly unaware of, and like fought me every step of the way. And I was like, you know what? If it's not at a locally owned restaurant, I'm not turning up. So you'll have the whole family except me. Or you find a locally owned place, and that's where we go. Like, of all the hills to die on, right? Wasn't Bancheros. I don't know what Bancheros is. There's a place in Chico, the Madison Bear Garden. You get a free meal voucher for your birthday, and you can use it up to 3 months later. Damn. You know what? My friend Chris Kensell, sorry, I tried to do my hair today. Again, this cut is not doing it for me. My buddy Chris Kensell posted a fucking burger pic that almost made me jump through my phone today. Let me see if I can find this burger, because it was like, what?
Goosebumps just thinking about.
Oh. Okay. Where is Chris Kinsell? Oh. Helps if I spell his name right. There it is. A dude. Look at that shit, dude. What? Oh. I want to motorboat that fucking split burger right now. Like, and I already ate lunch. I'm not starving today, like usual. Dude, have you seen this freckle forearm thing? I'm telling you, Jacob, it's not just you and me. I have been getting DM'd and emailed all morning ever since I posted that last night. Have you seen that meme It's like if you were born in the 90s or before, you've got this freckle on your arm, and it's this freckle right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dim in here, but all right. See that freckle right there? I was like, holy shit, why is that true? It's like a meme that's been going around. And I posted it, and then I posted my freckle. And now I have friends texting me and people emailing me and people sending it in the DMs of like, I have it too. I've got like 20 people that also have that freckle there. And I don't know if it's just the odds that you'll develop a freckle there because at that age you've been driving long enough to where your arm has been getting enough sun exposure that you end up with like a sun exposure freckle there. I can't think of anything else that it could be. You know, it's not like we had some kind of a, TB was it the TB vaccine? There was a vaccine that people used to get and they all had a little scar here from that generation in the 50s, I think. I forget which vaccination it was, but yeah, it's not that. It's not like a vaccination scar or anything. Like it's just a fucking freckle and we do all have it. And I don't know anybody I don't know anybody born, I don't know any millennial births to ask them if they've got the freckle or not. But everybody I know that's my age and older has the freckle. They have a peanut butter burger. That sounds weird. I would be afraid to order that. That's the kind of thing that I would have to like order for the table so that we could like cut it into 4 pieces and try it. Girl, sticky toffee pudding, the one that she made, like, oh my God. And she's like one of those crazy people that insists on hand whipping everything. You know, she's got an arm like a steel rod. And she puts like vanilla bean, she'll split a vanilla bean and put the vanilla bean pods into the whipped cream. And everything has to be garnished with like a fresh mint leaf. And I mean, like the whole thing is just, and never again. All gone. Can't get good sticky toffee pudding out here anymore. Got to go to the UK. Solver of problems. I try. I am like a weird problem solver. As soon as somebody presents a puzzle, I'm like, how do we fix this? It's the runner in me, right? Like that's what happens when you work in concert production. Problems come up constantly. There's always someone trying to find something and it's your job to go get it. So you have to like, the minute they say whatever that thing is, you have to instantly calculate where you can find it, how much it's going to be. And sometimes it's things that you're like, what? Like I literally one morning had to come up with a man-sized pink bunny costume on a Sunday. That was for garbage at the Warfield. Yeah, we need a pink bunny costume by noon. I found out at, 9. Yeah, and we did it. I wonder if that photo's still on the internet. It was for the light director, Butch, and he was having a photo shoot with his light rig. Oh, what was Butch's last name? For years, you could Google Butch bunny suit and it would come up, but I think it's probably too old now. And then garbage. You can't put Bush garbage because that's too generic, right? And plus Butch Vig, the other Butch in garbage. Let me see if I got his name in here somewhere. I'm just seeing if I can find Butch Allen. There we go. Butch Allen, garbage, bunny suit, light rig, magazine, shot. Let's see if that comes up. Might be too old to be able to Google search it. Bummer, because that shit was hilarious. Anyway, so I can't find it. Sorry, guys. So that's my runner brain is like you spend all these years working in concerts trying to find weird shit like that at the drop of a hat. that now whenever somebody has a logistical problem, especially when it relates to a concert, I just like instantly I'm like, I need to solve this problem. It becomes my problem whether it is or not. I just It's the only place you'll see black rose plants and black lemon trees lit up. Nice. Oh, it is. It's the Alameda one, Rodney. Okay. Yeah. Again, not mad. You don't have to twist my arm to come get Indian food. Although my bestie that I get Indian food with, usually she's coming from Napa. So it is kind of tough to get her to come further than Concord for Indian food because we've got Swaggit, which is like a solid Indian buffet in Concord by me. But yeah, I'll see if I can find somebody to come out there with and get Indian food with because I fucking love Indian food and I'm in. And I like to support local restaurants. You almost ran over a Tesla today, Paul, in the wilds of Nebraska. Wow. It's funny because there's a lot of memes out there on the internet that talk about the Teslas, the shitty truck. The Tesla, is it just a truck? Is it the Tesla truck? Is that what it's called? They're always like, oh, it's always so weird when you see a Tesla truck in the wild because you're like, oh, our town has an asshole. But here they're everywhere. I see one on the daily and they're still just as ugly and dumb looking as you would expect in real life. Eddie, you need some Nikki pics. You can only get them in person. So you got to ask me when you see me outside somewhere. I usually have them on me though. Nestle. Fuck Nestle. Why did you bring up Nestle though? Because of Mount Shasta? Because Nestle took over the Mount Shasta water plant? Because that's ugly. That's some ugly truth right there. Benchero's was in Hayward, the only Italian restaurant you were allowed to go. Oh, did they? You lost them during the pandemic? Brutal. Yeah. And, well, if you are looking for an Italian restaurant in the area, Della Santino just opened up. I think it's in Alamo, Danville. I think it's called Della Santino. Della Santoro. Hold on. Let me see. My friends, it's part of another Italian restaurant. The same people that own an Italian restaurant that I used to eat at in Berkeley opened it, and they're really good. Let's see. No, not that one. Della Santino's. It keeps trying to give me this one in Napa, but it's not it. It's not that one. Santoro? No, that's not it. Oh, shit. Let me see if I can find out. Hey, comma, what's the name of that new Italian restaurant that you guys have eaten at a million times and I still haven't been able to meet you out there yet? Question mark. You know, the new one that's in like Danville or Alamo or whatever. Okay. See if I can find it. What was a Tesla doing in the wilds? Good question. Right? That burger will make you commit a crime. You know what, Justine? You may think it's too pink for you, but I used to think I hated rare meats and I always ordered everything well done. And then I turned 13 and I started adventuring. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the rarer the meat, the better. Hey, Chew, look at you running late again. I'm surprised. Happy to see you though, either way. Yeah, right, Jacob? Yeah, I didn't think I would have it either. And then I looked and I was like, what the hell? Isola. Really? It's called Isola? Well, I was way off. I was way off. I thought it was like Della Santoro or something like that. I need to stop smoking crack. There it is. Isola Asteria. Isola Asteria. All right. So if you're looking for a good Italian, this place is locally owned. And it's not brand new. It's been open in Danville for, like I said, it's been months. I've been trying to get out there to eat with my friends because I used to eat at their other place on Telegraph in Berkeley. And yeah. Oh, your sister just has one of those right there? I don't think it's for an allergy vaccine, though. It was like polio or something. It was like the generation that had to get the polio vaccine. It left a mark. And this is... Lori, you don't have the freckle? Really? Okay. You're the first person to tell me they don't have the freckle. I'm going to keep count. It's like 20-1 right now. I think it was polio. I think it was the polio vaccine now that I think about it. And the embarrassing part is that I know this because it was prominently featured in an episode of Outlander. And that was how the time traveling lady knew she had run across another time traveling lady, was because she saw the vaccine scar. And she was like, "Oh, you went through the stones?" Anyway, hey, the first 4 seasons of Outlander were really good. It wasn't until they went to the New World that Caribbean season sucked. And honestly, the last couple of seasons are still pretty good now that they're in the Americas and established. I like the people. I like the characters. Although I will admit that first season was kind of rapey. But you know what? Scotland in the... What year is it? In the 1800s? Well, Scotland anytime. It's probably pretty rapey. In history. Like, all of the world was pretty rapey in history. Women were property. You know, that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm Scottish. I'm of Scottish descent, I should say. I'm not trying to bag on Scotland. That's just where the show originated. PB Burger is in Oregon. Peanut butter burgers are in Oregon. Okay. Hey, PJ. You missed caller 9, bruh. Sorry. You like a fried egg on burgers? You know, I feel like that's a bit much. Text from the boss. One moment. Okay. Commercials verified. I just got to print. I'll be right back. There we go. Excellent. Ah. I started choking on nothing. Christina, you have the freckle too? I'm not saying Lori's not telling the truth. I'm just saying maybe she just hasn't looked closely enough. Fried egg on a burger is a little too much protein for me. I'm okay with avocados, but I don't know, something about the fried egg. It's just it's like a whole different texture that just competes with the burger texture, in my opinion. I've tried it. I'm not mad at it. If it was a very soft fried egg that just kind of like melted when you bit into the burger and just kind of went, then I could be okay with it. But if it was like a hard fried egg and you had those like crispy bits around the outside of the, what's it called? The albumin, the white part, then I'm not having it. So for me, it's like, unless you've perfectly fucking cooked that egg to my taste for that burger, I'm not going to want it. So I'm not doing the egg just in case you fuck it up. It's also why I don't order scallops out in public, because they fuck them up. I love scallops, but not if you're going to fuck them up. Oh God. Bless you, Justine, for even thinking about the Cheesecake Factory, because that place, the menu is insane. It's like a book. You've got to study it. Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst chains just in terms of being a chain. I did have to eat at a Cheesecake Factory because my aunt, who is in her 70s, insisted on taking us out to dinner when I was in Phoenix for Metallica. And she wanted to go to Cheesecake Factory, and who am I to begrudge my auntie, you know, in her hometown kind of thing. You know, this isn't like the cousins getting together. The cousins are all my age, and I'm like, hey, fuckers, you can find us a locally owned spot. My aunt, on the other hand, she's special, and she'll never see this because she's not on the internet. But yeah, that was not a hill I was going to die on. So I ate at Cheesecake Factory, and it was mediocre as fuck. And the menu was just, like I said, a whole book of shit I could cook at home, and everything just seemed to have the same ingredients, but it was like a big cafeteria. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a big cafeteria. It doesn't feel like somebody's making you special food to order or cooking you something with a history or a unique flavor. It's like it's like the frozen food section is just being done live. It's like it's a live action frozen food just before they freeze it. That's what it tastes like to me at Cheesecake Factory. Paul, you were driving around southbound on a highway and they were heading east and had a stop sign. They ran the stop sign and turned, headed south right in front of me. Wow, you are lucky. They're lucky. Everybody's lucky on that one that it didn't end up in a big smash. Fucking assholes. Now, you're not in the Midwest, are you? Because I know that at one point when I was out in Indiana visiting, my cousins would say, normally we don't even stop for stop signs out here, but this time of year, the corn's kind of high and you can't see if someone's coming the other way. So I was wondering if maybe your Tesla had misgauged the height of the corn. Yeah, you're not missing anything, Red. Cheesecake Factory is just like a fucking Denny's. It's like a brightly lit Denny's. You know what, Dan? If you want cheesecake, Google a recipe. It's super easy to make. Super easy. It's basically like eggs, sugar, cream cheese, lemon juice, vanilla extract, eggs. I think that's the whole recipe right there. Put it all in a blender. Pour it into a baking cake pan. Bake. Done. You bake it for like an hour, and then you turn off the oven and let it sit. And you're done. It's fucking delicious, too. That's the best cheesecake you'll ever have. Well, you know, the actual, Mike, I'll be honest, the actual Tesla cars are pretty badass. And I actually wanted one way back when Tesla was a great company. That's why we subsidized them so heavily, because they were going to be the next thing in electric cars. And sorry, I think it's coffee grounds. I don't think I French pressed it well enough, and there's like a coffee ground that keeps getting stuck in the back of my throat. So a friend of mine did the staffing for Tesla, and she was telling me about Tesla. I mean, I'm not kidding you. This must have been like early 2Ks, maybe even late 90s. No, I think she was still in college in the 90s. Must have been early 2Ks. And she's like, hey, I just started staffing for this electric car company. They're called Tesla. And I was like, what? Because, you know, she and I both knew the band. And I was like, how is that? And she's like, they have this badass roadster right now. She goes, but they're going to put a sedan into production. And I literally started saving right then and there for my Tesla. I was going to buy a Tesla. And in I don't know, I want to say it was like 2015 or 16. I was actually going to buy one, and I had the cash, and then my dog got cancer, and I spent my Tesla car money on doggy chemotherapy. I have zero regrets because I got an extra 18 months with her. Totally worth it. And now I'm glad I didn't buy a Tesla back then, because look at the fucking problems. Because while they may have started out a great car company, clearly it has devolved into a shit show. And I guess we can blame Elon Musk for both of those things. Yeah, Rodney, I'll come out. Like I said, I don't go out to eat a lot anymore because I don't get off work weekdays until 7. So by the time I got out of here and drove to Alameda, it would be like 8:00. And I don't know a lot of people that want to eat in Alameda at 8:00 on a weeknight, right? Most of my friends that eat that late are in the city, and I would just meet them in the city. And then it bumps to weekends, and most of my weekend eaters are like in the Solano County area. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means it's going to take some time. I mean, look at how long I've been trying to get to Isola. I've been trying to go to Isola for so long, I forgot the fucking name of the restaurants. Oh, thanks, Rodney. I appreciate that. Lori, you got vaccinated in Italy? Did it leave a scar? Yeah, Christina, try it. Try Isola. Let me know what you think, because the family that runs it is Italian. Oh yeah, Jacob, I wouldn't recommend watching Outlander with your mom. That could get awkward. Like I said, especially first season, kind of rapey. Yeah, that main character gets raped like 3 or 4 times throughout the series that I can recall. At least twice. There's definitely 2 rapes that I can think of off the top of my head where I was like, oh, okay, shit. And then her husband gets raped at one point too. So there's a lot of non-consensual, violent sex that happens in Outlander. But I mean, it's a 8-season show, so you know, I think they average like 1 rape per season and a half. God, now that I say it out loud, it sounds really weird. Hey, Thundra, how you been? Haven't seen you for days. Did you eat too many milligrams and slip into a coma? Just curious. Ask Shasta what time breakfast will be ready tomorrow. You said load. Yeah, you asked Shasta. Fried egg and avocado. Yeah, I love avocado on eggs. In fact, if I have avocado toast, I will absolutely throw a fried egg on top of that. Your sister got vaccinated here and she has the freckles, and you got vaccinated in Italy and you don't have the freckle? Is it a vaccine related freckle? Do we spontaneously freckle when we get vaccinated? That sounds a little far-fetched, but not impossible. Because the vaccines you get in the side of your arm, not here, right? Thundra, you're so high. We're going to make you so hungry, dude. All I do lately is talk about food. It's kind of It's a thing, dude. Yeah, you may want to DoorDash some shit like ASAP. You're going to be really hungry. Or if you're like me, when you're high, I just go and get like a jar of peanut butter. Hi, it's the bone.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Are you guys doing the contest
Are we doing the contest? What?
for the Weezer tickets?
Did you say Weezer?
Yeah. Am I talking to the right number?
No, you're talking to Nikki Blakk.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Hi. Weezer tickets. I think Chasta gave away Weezer tickets a couple weeks ago, but yeah. Dan, what do you mean magic bullet? Are you talking about the NutriBullet or are you talking about the magic bullet theory with Kennedy? Which, by the way, they did recently, the guy who picked up that bullet shell, it wasn't a magic bullet. There was more than one shot that landed on Kennedy, and the guy who picked up the bullet shell, I think, just put out a book last year or the year before. Oh, Justine, do you love Cheesecake Factory? Really? Well, where are you at, Justine? You're on the East Coast, right? DeLorean is coming back with electric vehicles. That's going to be a gimmick. I mean, you couldn't dress DeLorean the first time around. I don't know if they're going to do any better. Yeah, and again, Red, that's why I don't, I'm not trying to judge people on where they're eating any more than I judge them on shopping at Walmart, because if you live in Terre Haute, Indiana, you don't have a lot of fucking choices. I had to eat at the Cracker Barrel because I was in Terre fucking Haute, and finding a local place was not an option because our hotel was like right next to the fucking Cracker Barrel. But we actually did make the effort, and we banded together, and we carpooled on Ubers to go to find another restaurant to eat at, because fucking Cracker Barrel, dude. Eesh, Jesus. Like, I think Cracker Barrel sold Trump merchandise. Like, I was like, I'm not eating a fucking Cracker Barrel. But then also, I was not going to eat at the Chinese place in the middle of Terre Haute, Indiana either, because what do they know about Chinese food? Yeah. Cancer with the puppy is tough. They should make the engine look like a flux capacitor. Or they should just put a flux capacitor in it, even if it doesn't do anything. Just one that you could turn on. Or make it an add-on to like a deluxe package. The flux capacitor deluxe package. No edibles, but you smoked yourself silly today, Thundra? Ah. Well. Kudos. Maybe that's why you're so hungry now. Because doesn't smoking make you hungrier than edibles? Or no? What do you think? I feel like edibles give you more of like a warmth and just like a giggly vibe, whereas smoking gives you more munchies. Yeah, Lori, I'm gonna start asking if I come across anybody else who doesn't have the freckle, I'm gonna start asking where they got vaccinated. Because I'm just gonna do my own unscientific study. Whoop, hold on. 1077 The Bone and Queen. I'm Nikki Blakk, and you know who the champion is. It's Dr. Brian May. Excuse me, Sir Dr. Brian May. He is recovering from a stroke, and his wife, Anita, just issued an update that he is doing really, really well. They're very pleased with his recovery and how fast it's moving. In fact, he's so energetic. The hardest thing is that it's a struggle for him to continue to take things easily, but that they are completely confident he'll make a full recovery, and he might even tour again. Okay. All right. I hate to do this to you guys, but while I got like a 10-minute break, I gotta pee. I'll be back. Oh, the food processor. That's the NutriBullet. Did I miss a reason the NutriBullet was? It says the scar means the vaccine worked. Yeah, Justine, I think that's the polio one. I don't know what this freckle thing means though, honestly. Yeah, PJ, go talk to Thundra. Oh, fuck Chick-fil-A, Dan. Fuck Chick-fil-A all day long. Wait, what is it, the O'Reilly? The part number is 121. I actually don't like salmon, Rodney. Sorry about that. Oh my God, I can't believe there was a flux capacitor thing. That's kind of amazing. Oh, thanks, Red. I think so too with the edibles thing. The 1.21 gigawatts. Ah, okay. BRB, I gotta pee. Sorry, guys. How much time do I have? Okay, I got pee. Microphone light's still on. There we go. Okay. right. Back. Obs. I also went by the printer. Oh yeah, Nico McBrain is the drummer for Iron Maiden. Well, he's definitely recovering from his stroke. I mean, he's out on tour right now. I think there are some songs he's still having trouble playing that he said, but yeah, he's out on tour right now and doing great. I mean, he's a beast. I had an interview with him once. It's a phoner, but you can still listen to it. It's up on my
Goosebumps
YouTube
just
page.
thinking about how great this is. Because this might be the greatest freaking announcement we've ever made on our show. And I've got to tip my hat to you on this one.
Oh, thank you. But
So-
it's all of us.
So it
You
is
guys
so
saw this,
great.
right?
I think we've got to get to the announcement. Are we ready for this?
Yes.
And
We're
it doesn't
ready.
get any bigger than bringing in a guy from the band
Yes.
to make the announcement.
Yes.
Hey, Metallica fans, it's James here. We're very excited to see you on the road in Santa Clara on
Wow.
June 20th and 22nd
Yes!
for a no-repeat weekend. Limp Bizkit and Ice Nine Kills will join us on the first night, and Pantera and Suicidal Tendencies will be there on the second night.
What?
2 nights in a row!
Different opening acts, 2 different set lists, a no-repeat weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Kick ass.
Kick ass is right. Now, Shasta, I will tell
Baby
you,
Huey, the cameraman.
I have been waiting for this no repeat weekend since they started doing this.
I know.
And this is so great because the Bone is presenting Metallica for both of these shows.
Yes, the Bone presents Metallica 2 nights at Levi's Stadium.
So not only are we presenting Metallica for this,
Yeah.
and you know, this is our house band.
Yeah, of course.
We have an amazing contest that we're going to do at 8:40 this morning. Goosebumps just thinking about how great this is.
Oh, did you see? I guess the guy who won at 8:40, he has to call back at 8:40 tomorrow to tell them whether or not he wants front row tickets, or not front row, but like the best seats in the house, so like the 50-yard line tickets, or if he wants last row tickets, but he gets $1,000 in merch. And it's funny because we did like a poll on Instagram of like what people want. And I picked worst seats. Let me see. It's not letting me do the thing. Oh, there you go. I think I'm the only one who picked the worst seats, but with the $1,000 in merch. Everybody else picked best seats in the house. And I was like, I haven't seen anybody that could keep me out of the pit, so I'm taking the $1,000. Apparently no one else has faith in their own abilities to get to work their way into the pit at a Metallica show. I do. I mean, every show. I don't think I've found a pit that could keep me out, right? Like, come on, man. I did do yoga today, but I don't know how I look like I squeezed more blood in or out of my head. That's weird. But I do not do headstands. Just in general. Because I get headaches, and if I did headstands, I might have headache issues. But also I'm not at that level of yoga. At one point I was at that level, and I still didn't want to do headstands. I don't like them. You know, I don't know if I'll be in the pit at Aftershock. If I want to be, I will be, is what I'm saying. A lot of the times I don't want to be anymore, but again, I haven't found the pit that could keep me out. And the Metallica pits are different because they're not that crazy. Oh, right. This thing happened, right? There it is, right there. Is that where, did I do that there? Yeah, I did. Okay. Like, I take it as a personal challenge. I didn't have pit tickets. I didn't have snake pit passes to any of the Metallica shows that I went to. 2 in Phoenix, 2 in Seattle. And let me tell you, it took a lot of finagling. But I did make it into the snake pit every night. Almost every night. The second night in Phoenix, I was tired. And I had really good seats. So I was like, you know what? I'll check it out from the seats tonight. So the first night it was snake pit. Second night was seats. And then 2 nights in the snake pit in Seattle. And honestly, if I'd had better seats in Seattle, I might actually have done the seat option the second night in Seattle too. But also that snake pit is pretty fucking cool because you can just turn around and see everything. Because that's the hard part, right? Is like the stage is so big. If you're in the outside pit, not the center pit, if you're not in the snake pit and you're in the outside pit and the band walks over to the other side of the stage, you're not going to see anyone for a while. You can just hear everything and then look up and see on the monitors, the screens. Okay. Oh no, hold on. That's not what I was going to say. It's the Bay Area's own Journey on the Rock of the Bay. I'm Nikki Blakk, and the Journey drama seems to have quieted down, but will it... What? That's not what I was going to say. It's the Bay Area's own Journey on the Rock of the Bay. I'm Nikki Blakk, and the Journey drama seems to have dialed down now that they're no longer on tour, but will it pop up again? They're supposed to have a Japanese tour this fall, and they were also supposed to tour Europe this fall, but that has been canceled. So we are going to have to wait and see what Journey ends up doing. And in the meantime, we do know that Heart has rescheduled their tour for next year, but they have skipped San Francisco this time around. So if you want to check out Heart on their 50th anniversary tour, it looks like you're going to Sacramento. We do know that Heart has rescheduled their tour for next year, but they have skipped San Francisco this time around. So if you want to check out Heart on their 50th anniversary tour, it looks like you're going to Sacramento. Okay. Cool. You used to do the crow's pose with ease. What does the crow's pose look like? I mean, I used to be able to lie on my stomach and cover my eyes with my feet. I used to be able to like, but yeah. Oh, that crow's pose. Yeah, that one's a weird one. I have done that before, but I can't just like hop into it. I had to have, when I did it, I had to have somebody kind of like explain to me. There's a way of getting into that pose that makes it a lot easier to get into. But it's an awkward one. It's not a goal that I have. And like I said, I've just been having all this pain in my hips and lower back that is inexplicable, you know, because I haven't been doing anything to cause it. And so I'm hoping that the yoga is gonna help that. But yeah, I try. Oh my god, I tried to get up at 8 today. It was not happening. And I wake up all night anyway. I mean, let's see. Did I make it an hour without waking up? Yeah. So you can see where like I was in bed for 10 and a half hours. I only got 7 3/4 hours of sleep. And it's just because I keep waking up. And I can't sleep through the night anymore. So that's been a problem. Probably why I can't stay focused anymore. can't remember things. My short-term memory is shit. Was it easy for you, Dan? Were you born in the crow's pose? I'm sure it was easy for you after a level of practice and instruction. I'm sure you didn't just like jump into crow's pose all the time because it was so easy, because it's not an easy pose. It's a complicated one. But yeah. Anyway, so I woke up this morning, tried to get up at 8. Nope. Tried to get up at 9. Also nope. Finally dragged my ass out of bed at like 9:30, 9:45. And I was just like, I just felt like garbage. But luckily, one of the times I woke up in the middle of the night was apparently sometime around 6 o'clock in the morning when they did the announcement. And I was able to like accept the collab and repost the station announcing Metallica and then go to sleep and then wake up and then. Yes, Marlon, I do believe that is the colloquial term for it. Do I stand a lot or sit at work? Maybe try doing more of one or the other. Well, as I mentioned before, Justine, and that's why you sent me the link for the stand, is that I usually stand at work, but I have to sit to talk to you guys, just because of the way things are situated in here. So I stand until I log in to talk to you guys. And then I sit to talk to you guys for like an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2. And then when I'm done here, I'll typically stand up again, or I might stay seated if I've got a lot of work to do, but we'll see. Yeah, PJ, you can't live on 4.5 hours of sleep anymore, dude. You old. We're too old for that shit. Well, I try to stand for work whenever possible, Justine. And when I work at home, because in the morning, what I do is I go through all the news stories and I do all the research, all the music research for the day. And I try and schedule social media, and then I answer all the comments. And so I do that on the treadmill. So I'm not just standing for that. I'm actually walking for that. And then and then I have to sit in the car to commute in. And then I get in here and I stand up for about an hour, hour and a half while I'm getting stuff together before I dial in to talk to you guys. And then I sit down to talk to you guys. And then I try to stand for the rest of my shift. And then I sit down to commute home. And then I sit again at home for dinner, but I stand to cook and then I go to bed. And if I'm still at home after I have like cooked and eaten, I might do a little recline action while I'm watching some TV, and then I'll get up and I'll do walking on the treadmill while I'm watching some TV, and then I go to bed after walking on the treadmill. I guess the short answer to that was I'm already kind of doing everything I can to balance my standing and sitting, and including as much walking as possible. Oh, I'm out of water. And so far, here we are. Let's see. Do I have time for this? Okay. I have a little bit of time. And then you dream of 7 hours of sleep. Well, PJ, you're the boss, right? So can't you schedule your 7 hours of sleep? How come everybody here used to yoga? Am I the only one that's actually yoga-ing right now? Because let me tell you, use it or lose it. I also used to yoga, and I'm literally starting over from ground zero, and it's taking me a while to get even like up to like a beginner level again. I mean, I basically am starting over. And I used to do back-to-back intermediate classes at a yoga studio. When I was on nights back in like 2013, 2014, I didn't have to be to work until like 7 o'clock. And I was only surfing once a week. So once a week I would come in and go surfing. But the other 2 or 3 days of the week, I would go and do back-to-back yoga classes during the day. And now I'm struggling to do like a yoga class at what's supposed to be 8 o'clock in the morning, but only ever ends up being sometime later. That's okay, Justine. I appreciate you coming by. Don't even sweat. I got to tap out early too. I've got to update the concert calendar because apparently Metallica's coming to town. Oh, thank you. It's a MAC color. You know, MAC reds are the best. Lancome has a color. I think it's called stiletto red. That's one of my favorites. But the Viva La Glam colors on MAC are my favorite reds. And they're the most inexpensive, actually, that I've found of the quality. Speaking of yoga, you're headed to the gym, PJ? Dan, you need someone to be around. You had one-on-one yoga teaching, but you can't afford it anymore. It's really expensive. But honestly, Dan, if you have a yoga background and you can see yourself in the reflection of anything, then you're probably fine just doing yoga at home. I mean, that's what I'm doing. In fact, I have Equinox. I have like an Equinox gym membership for online classes, but all their yoga classes are at breakneck speed. And I'm like, fuck these. So I started doing like YouTube yoga classes and doing like yoga stuff from what I can remember from when I had a membership. And I'm thinking about doing a membership again, but I got to see if I can fit it into my schedule, which right now I cannot. It's already hard enough for me to like make it to the living room to do yoga. For me to make it to a studio is just not even in the cards right now. All right. Well, sounds like everybody's tapping out anyway. So, I'm going to tap out so that I can get this concert calendar done. And, oh, PJ, you're going to see Kubla Khan. Oh, new Kubla Khan music for you. I'm so happy. That's okay, Christopher. Don't sweat, dude. It's not your fault. You know, if your Facebook is crapping out, you can always head over to YouTube or Twitch because I'm on all three at the exact same time. It's all one feed. Yeah, you know, this has been a rough week on everybody. You guys, fucking Brujeria put a heart on my Metal Zone post about losing Pinche Peach and Juan Brujo yesterday. And I saw it this morning and I almost fucking cried because ouch. I mean, I can't even imagine how much that band is hurting right now to have lost both of those guys in such a short succession. God. And I mean, they were not only were they like metal pioneers and staples, but let's be honest, metal was like a lot of fucking white guys for a really long time. And, you know, there's going to be metal bands of color that come to mind, but they're the exception, not the rule. A lot of metal is still just a lot of fucking white guys. And for them to break through and have the extensive career that they did and not even be singing in English, fuck yeah, Brujeria was the shit. I saw them at the Pound. I saw them at the DNA Lounge. I can't even remember all the times I've seen them, but every time they fucking brought it. And yeah, fuck. My heart goes out to that whole camp. On that happy note, sorry, I'm like Captain Bringdown in the Buzzkills. Yeah, I'm gonna go update the concert calendar so I can post that shit to the Metal Zone so that we can all continue to support metal by attending shows. If you haven't gotten your tickets for Deicide at the DNA Lounge, it is looking like it's gonna sell out. So pick those up sooner rather than later. And yeah, have a good night, guys. I'll tap in tomorrow. I think. If you don't see me tomorrow, don't take it personally because tomorrow I've got like a meeting during the day and then I've got to record for the weekend and I'm going to be getting out of here as soon as I can to go to Green Day. So I'll be honest, you guys might not see me till Monday. Okay. All right. Cheers.